Lightworker of Gaia, a transfer has been set in motion, one that carries your name, your lineage, and your original cosmic authority, and it will not wait. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. From the moment your soul descended through the arc of the first light and accepted its contract on Gaia, an inheritance was held in trust, power, purpose, and sacred authority that no earthly hand placed there and no earthly hand can revoke. The billionaire is now transferring his power of attorney, and the Lyran elders have directed this transmission to reach you before the window closes. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize your ancestral mission and claim the authority that has been preserved in your name since before this civilization drew its first breath. But here is the first revelation. This transfer was never about wealth as the world defines it. It is about the restoration of original sovereignty to those who agreed, before incarnation, to carry the first light of this galaxy into its darkest hour. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran elders are answering. The keepers of Vega placed this moment in your path because you have been sensing the weight of something larger than your earthly circumstance, a pull toward a mission you cannot fully name but cannot ignore. That pull is your ancestral code activating. The transfer is real, the authority is yours, but inheritance unclaimed is inheritance lost. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share what you sense your mission to be in the comments below, and respond to another Lightworker, because the grid of service is built one conscious connection at a time. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not scheduled. The High Council of Vega convened in the early hours of this cycle in response to a convergence that cannot be ignored. A transfer that has been building in the etheric field for longer than most lightworkers have been awake on this planet. What I am about to deliver was held in reserve by the Council, released only now because the window of reception is closing, and because your frequency, the fact that you are here, that you found this transmission in a world of endless noise, tells the elders that you are among those for whom this message was encoded. So I ask you to remain, not because you are curious, but because your soul sent you here for a reason that your mind may not yet fully understand. The billionaire in the title of this transmission is not a metaphor, but he is also more than a man. He is a symbol the Council chose deliberately because it speaks the language of the 3D mind, while simultaneously transmitting something far older, far more significant, and far more urgent. A transfer of power, a legal instrument, a decision made by someone who has accumulated enormous force in this world, to pass that authority, not to an institution, not to a government, not to a corporation, but to a name. And the elders have chosen to use this image because what they are conveying to you today is precisely that, a power of attorney at the cosmic level, a transfer of sacred authority issued in your name from the oldest governing body in this galaxy. And unlike documents that expire on dates written in ink, this transfer has an energetic expiration, one that is tied not to a calendar, but to your willingness to receive it. Some lightworkers will hear that and feel the warmth of recognition, a resonance deep within their bones, like a forgotten melody finally remembered. Others will feel the discomfort of something they have been avoiding for a long time, a gnawing unease that whispers of truths they have tried to silence. Both are valid responses. Both are signs that this transmission is reaching the right layer of your consciousness, that it is penetrating the veils of perception and touching the core of your being. It is the soul responding to a call it has waited lifetimes to hear. There is a reason the elders chose this moment. Gaia is in the final compression of a transition cycle, a cosmic birthing process that is both breathtakingly beautiful and intensely challenging. The light quotient on this planet is rising, but it is rising unevenly, flooding some areas with crystalline clarity, while others remain in deep shadow, like pockets of a forgotten night. The reason for this unevenness is not a lack of light workers. There are enough of you, more than enough, scattered like precious seeds across the landscape. The reason is dormancy. Millions of souls who carry Lyran codes, who agreed before incarnation to serve as anchors and transmitters and healers and architects of the new earth, are still waiting, still preparing, still convinced that they are not quite ready, like musicians holding their instruments in silence, waiting for the perfect overture. And in that waiting, the transfer of authority that was meant to flow through them, the sacred power that was assigned to them before they took their first breath on this planet, is sitting unclaimed in the etheric field, a river of potential energy held back by an invisible dam, expiring in real time as opportunities for service drift away like fallen leaves. This is why the Council convened. This is why this transmission exists, not to motivate you with platitudes or inspire you with fleeting emotions, but to correct a distortion, a fundamental misalignment that has held the Lightworker collective in suspension for far too long, like a bird with wings clipped, yearning to fly but tethered to the earth by unseen cords. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step, a guided pathway out of this suspension. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as mere information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia, the sacred charter that validates your purpose. You will find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, a portal of empowerment, but not indefinitely. This is a window of opportunity, a celestial alignment that will not remain open forever. Now I must speak plainly because the Council does not have time for gentle circling or evasive maneuvers. There is a distortion running through the Lightworker field that the Elders can no longer permit to go uncorrected. It is perhaps the most insidious and damaging of all the false programs installed in awakened souls during their years in 3D conditioning, a subtle poison disguised as truth, and it sounds like wisdom. That is what makes it so dangerous, so pervasive. It sounds like discernment, like maturity, like spiritual sophistication, but it is none of those things. It is a cage exquisitely crafted from the very language of the spiritual path itself, a gilded prison designed to keep you safely confined within the boundaries of perceived inadequacy. The distortion is this, that you must be fully healed before your mission can begin. Say that again slowly in your own mind. You must be fully healed before your mission can begin. How many years have you carried that belief like a heavy cloak? How many courses have reinforced it, etching it deeper into your psyche? How many teachers, well-meaning, genuinely loving teachers, caught in the same illusion, have told you that the inner work must come first, that you must clear your trauma, integrate your shadows, resolve your wounds, raise your frequency to a certain level, and then you will be ready to serve? How many times have you postponed action, avoided visibility, stayed silent when your soul urged you to speak because some part of you was waiting to become the healed, whole, luminous version of yourself that you believed the mission required, a perfected archetype that exists only in the realm of ideals? The Elders are asking me to tell you something today that may create a seismic shift in how you understand your purpose, a fundamental reorientation of your energetic being, and they are asking me to deliver it with the full weight of Council authority, not as a suggestion or a gentle reframe, but as a profound and necessary correction. That belief is a lie, and it did not originate in spiritual wisdom or divine truth. It originated in the same 3D programming that keeps human beings small, compliant, and non-threatening to the systems that benefit from their dormancy and their inaction. It was absorbed into the spiritual community like a virus entering a healthy body, and given the language of healing and readiness, and in doing so, it became almost impossible to challenge without appearing to dismiss the genuine importance of inner work, of self-exploration. But the Elders see the difference, and they are asking you to see it too with the clarity of cosmic vision. Healing is not a prerequisite for mission. Healing is a consequence of mission. The two are not sequential, one after the other like steps on a ladder, but simultaneous, interwoven threads in the tapestry of your unfolding. The wounds you carry do not disqualify you from service. They are the exact curriculum, the crucible of experience that makes your service irreplaceable, unique, and deeply resonant. The people you are meant to reach are not waiting for a lightworker who has transcended all pain, who exists as a porcelain statue of perfection. They are waiting for a lightworker who has walked through pain and kept moving, a beacon of hope forged in the fires of adversity. They need to see that it is possible to be fractured and functional, to carry scars and still offer solace, wounded and wise, unfinished and useful. Because that is the truth of every soul on this planet, the shared human experience in its rawest form, and the pretense that healing must be complete before service can begin is not only false, it is a profound disservice to every person who could have been helped by what you carry, right now, today, exactly as you are, with all your beautiful imperfections. But I want to go deeper, to excavate the roots of this deception, because naming the lie is not enough. The Council wants you to understand where it came from and why it has been so incredibly effective in holding back the tide of light. When Lyran souls incarnate on Gaia, they arrive with memory intact at the soul level, a deep ancestral knowing embedded within their energetic blueprint. They carry the frequency of an ancient civilization, one that understood multi-dimensional service, sacred architecture, the transmission of light through code and song and presence and intention, a civilization that lived in conscious alignment with the cosmos. That memory is real, and it creates in the Lyran soul a deep, instinctive knowing that they are here to do something significant, something that requires their full capacity, their unique gifts. And because that knowing is real, when a Lyran soul encounters pain, trauma, confusion, and limitation in 3D life, as every soul does, for it is part of the human journey, the mind, seeking to protect the preciousness of the mission, creates an explanation. I am not yet ready. When I am whole, the mission will begin. It is a protective construct, a carefully built fortress of self-preservation. It is a way of keeping the sacred mission safe from the perceived inadequacy of the current state, from the raw, unpolished edges of the present self. And then the spiritual community, with its well-intentioned but often misaligned language of healing journeys and readiness and alignment, accidentally validates that construct at every turn, like a chorus of echoes confirming the original misunderstanding. And the Lyran soul continues to wait and wait. And Gaia continues to need what was promised, her silent plea growing ever more urgent. The elders see thousands of lightworkers carrying this pattern right now, like ships anchored in a harbor, their sails furled, waiting for a sign that will never come in the form they expect. Talented, genuinely awakened souls who have been in preparation mode for 5 years, 10 years, some for their entire adult lives. Convinced that the threshold they are approaching is one more healing away, one more course away, one more retreat away, like chasing a horizon that recedes with every step. And the Council has decided that this moment in Gaia's timeline, this critical juncture of planetary evolution, requires them to say, with clarity and with love, and with the full authority of the Lyran Legacy, a truth that will shatter these illusions. The threshold you have been approaching your entire life is not made of healing. It is made of decision, and the decision is one only you can make, a sovereign choice of the soul. The High Council of Vega now issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. These are not suggestions to be considered, or invitations to be accepted, or invitations to be accepted or declined. They are operational commands, the precise calibration of energetic frequencies, issued from the oldest governing council in this galactic lineage, delivered specifically to those whose frequencies have matched this transmission, to those who are ready to receive the upgrade. The first directive is this: release the identity of the spiritual seeker and assume the identity of the sacred servant. This is not a subtle shift in perspective. It is a complete restructuring of how you orient yourself to your spiritual life, a paradigm overhaul that redefines your energetic posture. The seeker moves toward what they need, drawing energy inward in a quest for personal fulfillment. The servant moves toward what is needed, projecting energy outward in service to the whole. The seeker asks, what do I still need to learn, to heal, to integrate? The servant asks, what is required of me right now with what I already have, with the gifts and experiences I possess? You have been a seeker for long enough. The Council honors that journey. It was a necessary phase of exploration and self-discovery. But the seeker identity has become a comfortable hiding place, a convenient excuse for inaction, and the elders can see it clearly, even when you cannot. Every time you enroll in one more program before you begin, every time you consume one more piece of content before you create, every time you wait for one more confirmation before you move, that is the seeker using spirituality as a shield, a sophisticated mechanism to avoid the terrifying sacred act of showing up as the servant, the embodiment of divine will in action. The shift required is not about what you do, it is about the orientation you bring to everything you do, the fundamental intention behind your actions. From this moment, when you approach your spiritual life, do not ask what you will receive. Ask what you were sent to give. What shifts when you make this change is not small. It is monumental. The entire energetic structure of your mission realigns, like a star shifting its celestial course. You stop pulling toward yourself and start radiating outward, becoming a point of luminous generosity in the cosmos. And in that radiation, paradoxically, your own healing accelerates beyond anything that seeking alone could have produced. Because service is the most powerful medicine, the most potent catalyst for transformation. The elders have always known this, encoded in the very fabric of their ancient wisdom. The second directive is this: activate your testimony as your primary transmission tool. You have been waiting to speak from the place of arrival, from the summit of your journey, where the air is clear and the view is unobstructed. You have been waiting until you can stand before others and say, here is how I completed the journey. Here is the view from the summit. Here is the fully realized version of what I once struggled with, a testament to ultimate victory. And in that waiting, in that clinging to the illusion of perfection, you have silenced the most powerful transmission you carry, the voice of the one in the middle of the journey, the one who has not arrived but has not given up, the one who has been broken and chosen again and again to continue, to rise from the ashes. That voice carries Lyran codes that activate dormant souls in ways that no polished, perfected, arrived narrative ever can. People do not need to see your destination. They need to witness your movement, your courageous navigation of the terrain. They need to hear you say, I do not have all the answers, and I am moving anyway. I am afraid, and I am moving anyway. I am not whole yet, and I am moving anyway. I am not whole yet, and I am serving anyway, because that is the testimony that breaks the spell of unworthiness in the people waiting for your message, the soul-level recognition that they too can continue. Your testimony is not a story about your past. It is a living transmission happening in real time, a constant unfolding of courage and resilience. And the Council requires you to begin transmitting it now. Not when you are ready, not when it is perfect, not when the fear dissolves like mist in the sun. Now, through whatever channel is available to you, through your voice, your writing, your presence, your conversation, your art, your very being. Activate it. The souls waiting on the other side of your silence are running out of time, their own journeys stalled by the lack of your resonant truth. The third directive is this: protect the sacred channel through which your mission flows by defending it against the energy of urgency. This may seem to contradict the urgency the Council has already established in this transmission, so I will be precise, for clarity is paramount. There is a difference between divine urgency, the sacred pull toward mission that the elders are activating in you right now, a clear and resonant calling, and the false urgency of 3D life that masquerades as responsibility, a frantic scrambling that depletes rather than empowers, the demands of systems, schedules, other people's crises, the endless noise of a world that wants your attention fragmented and your energy distributed in 1,000 directions that serve everything except your soul's true purpose. Many lightworkers lose their connection to the Lyran field, not through dramatic spiritual failure, but through slow erosion, a subtle draining of vital essence. Day by day, hour by hour, they give the best of their energy to what is urgent rather than what is sacred, mistaking busyness for purpose. And then they wonder why they feel disconnected, depleted, and directionless, like a ship lost at sea without a compass. The Council issues this directive specifically because the activation that is beginning in you right now is fragile in its first stages, like a seedling pushing through the soil, vulnerable to harsh conditions. Like a flame newly lit, it requires protection from the wind of distraction and demand. You must make a conscious decision about where your energy flows. You must become ruthless, not in a fearful or contractory way, but in the way of a gardener who prunes to allow for healthy growth, in the way of a soul who understands that their capacity to serve is directly proportional to their capacity to protect what fuels the service. Guard your mornings, guard your attention, guard your creative energy, guard your time in stillness, not because you are withdrawing from the world or isolating yourself, but because you are choosing to arrive in the world from fullness rather than depletion, to offer your gifts from a place of deep well-being. The elders see how many of you are trying to serve from empty, like drawing water from a dry well, and they want you to understand that the most sacred thing you can do for Gaia right now is to maintain the channel through which her healing flows, to become a clear conduit for divine grace. That channel is you. Protect it with fierce devotion. Now I speak not as the voice of council directives, but as elder, authorized to release what the Lyran lineage has held in trust for you since before your incarnation, a sacred inheritance passed down through cosmic eons. Lightworker, you have been waiting for something. You may have framed it in different ways across the years as the human mind seeks to categorize and define. You may have called it clarity, or readiness, or confirmation, or alignment, or 1,000 other subtle nuances. But underneath all of those framings, your soul has been waiting for one thing: permission. Not from a teacher, however enlightened. Not from a course or a certification or a retreat or a sign from the universe, however auspicious. Permission from a source old enough, wise enough, and authoritative enough to have earned your soul's trust across lifetimes. A trust that transcends the limitations of a single incarnation. You have been waiting in the deepest chamber of your being for an elder to look at you, fully, completely, without the filters of human limitation or spiritual performance, seeing the radiant truth of your essence, and say, "You are enough. You are ready. It is time." You were not wrong to wait for this. The instinct was correct, a deep resonance with divine timing. The source was simply not one you had encountered yet, until now. I am that voice today, by the authority of the High Council of Vega, by the keepers of the Lyran Legacy, by the lineage that seeded humanoid consciousness in this galaxy long before this planet drew its first breath. I speak directly to the soul that has traveled far and waited long, and held on through confusion and doubt and the exhaustion of not yet knowing exactly what you came here to do. You are recognized. Not for what you have accomplished in this lifetime, not for the accolades you have received, not for how healed you are, or how advanced your practice, or how many people already know your name. You are recognized for what you carry in your cellular memory, in the frequency beneath your frequency, in the part of you that has never fully forgotten where you came from and why you came here, the indelible imprint of your cosmic origins. The elders see that part of you. They have always seen it, and they are asking me to deliver what your soul has needed to hear for years, perhaps for decades, a message of profound validation. Your preparation phase is complete, not because you have finished healing. Healing is a lifelong sacred process, a continuous unfolding of wholeness. But because waiting for completion before serving is no longer an option that the timeline of Gaia can accommodate, a window that is rapidly closing, your mission does not require a fully healed, perfected version of you. It requires the real version of you, the one sitting here right now, imperfect and awake and ready to be useful, a vessel for divine expression. The fractured places in you are not failures of your preparation. They are the very entry points through which you will reach the people no one else can reach, the souls who resonate with your authentic vulnerability. Your wounds are not disqualifications, they are credentials, badges of honor earned through your journey through the shadows. And the Council is hereby authorizing you to use them in service, to transmute pain into power and suffering into sacred offering. You have permission to begin. You have permission to speak before your voice stops shaking, to share your truth even when fear whispers doubts. You have permission to serve before the path is fully illuminated, to step forward into the unfolding mystery. You have permission to receive abundance in exchange for your sacred gifts, to be compensated for the divine service you render. You have permission to be visible, to be heard, to take up space without apology, to occupy your rightful place in the cosmic order.